Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with another book review, and this time I'm reviewing Gabriel's Inferno by Sylvian Reynard. So, this will probably be an unpopular book review because I was not feeling this book at all. I'm going to give it 3 stars because there was potential there, but for me, I just didn't feel it. So, before I go on a rant, this is what I'm going to do. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment below, share this video if you will. Definitely comment below if you've read this book and you love it and you're like, you just completely off the mark. You need to reread it. This means this. Because honestly, it did nothing for me. It took me over a week to read this book. And it's an easy read book. Like, when I was reading it, I got through it, but I was just like, it didn't hold my interest. So, first of all, let me get into the character of Gabriel. You may hear my dog in the back. She's upset. She's in her kennel. Let me get into Gabriel. Gabriel is a college professor at a college in Canada. My mind went blank for a second. And he's like a specialist in, Italian poetry, writing, Gabriel's stuff. That's why it's called Gabriel's Inferno. Actually, Dante. I think it's Dante's. Like, guys, when I say this book did not hold my interest, like, I barely remember anything. And I just finished it a day ago. So, Gabriel, from what you gather, is real prompt and proper. Dressing like an old style. Professor bow ties. Like, even in one scene, he has a pocket watch, which I thought was cute. I was like, oh, go ahead. You got some style, He even uses fountain pens. How many people use fountain pens? Not a lot, but he's got the money for that, so that's what he does. So, everyone in Gabriel's orbit outside his family, respect him because he's smart, he's good looking, and he seems to be a decent guy. Now, his students so much are like, yeah, you crossing the wrong way and he's going to ruin your career. Like, he doesn't hold any punches. Well, the female character right here, her name is Julia. She happens to know Gabriel's family. She grew up with his sister. And so she knew more about Gabriel's past than just a little bit. Well, Gabriel doesn't really remember her because he's quite older than the little sister. So he doesn't recognize her. Well, something happens where, of course they're in the same class because he's her professor. And he comes to realize, oh, I just reamed her out and she's my younger sister's friend. I'm an idiot. And of course, because it's a romance, the feelings develop, all this stuff. And you find out Gabriel was actually adopted and he had some trauma in his life. Which, I get you have trauma. But for real, guys, and I'm sorry, one section of this book, he basically told this girl, why are you on your knees? No, wait a minute. You're on your knees more than a hoe. And I said, oh, you got some audacity. Especially after, sir, she just ripped your butt out of a bar and you puked on her. And then you're waking up and you had the audacity to say that. I probably would have got up and punched him right in the face. Like, for real. I'm like, oh, you're not going to call me that. Especially when she's innocent as freaking you can be in this day and age. Like, she's innocent, if you got what I mean. So, and the messed up thing, Gabriel calls her Juliana. And everybody else calls her Julia. I don't get, I don't know. Guys, this book just is so underwhelming for me. And it's so sad because my friend was like, they get better. And I'm like, I don't even know if I want to chance reading Gabriel's Rapture, which is the second book. I may, because my friend has recommended it to me. But I don't know, you guys. I really don't. The story, like I said, it was a good story. It is definitely an easy read. But it was just a book that I was like, I could care less. Now, it could be that I've read a couple books kind of on the same line as this, and I thought they were maybe a little better, or maybe it's just because I need to get to the second book for it to really amp up. Because I will say it did ramp up as the book was going, but it was just getting through too much. I don't even know. I can't even tell you why I didn't really like this book. Because honestly, it's not a bad book. Like I said, it's an easy read. It's only a little bit over I think it's like 540 pages. And the characters are developed really good. And I think maybe it's for me that some of the character development was just a little too much. But then you might need that for the later books because you do discover some of Gabriel's dark secrets, which were, understandable why he's the way he is. You find out Julia's past with her ex, which I will say this. I'm glad Gabriel beat the douche out of her ex. I was like, yes, sir. That's why I was like, all right, Gabriel, you got some points with me on that one. Because before that, I was like, somebody needs to beat Gabriel down. But when he saved her from her ex, and I would say he broke that man's jaw, I was like, yes, yes, yes. So, I'm just giving this book a 3. I may try to reread it at a later date. If I do, then I will do another review and maybe take this one down if I do like it better. My friend says she's going to give me book 2, The Rapture. I don't know when I'll get to it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments below, please comment this time if you've read this book, what you honestly think of it, because it is a dark romance. It's age gap. It's, teacher and student. So it's got all the good marks of a dark romance. It just didn't hit it for me this time. Which is funny because I recently read The Ritual, which people were like, yeah, The Ritual's good, by Chantel Tessier. I read the book and I was like, I don't even want to read the other ones. And I'm a person, when I get a series, I try to read all the books. But I was like, absolutely not. So I don't know if maybe my taste is just evolving, but I don't know. But that is done with me babbling, ranting, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope everyone's having a good morning, afternoon, evening, and I will talk you off later. Bye.